Thank you and welcome to all of our guests for today's webinar. Today's webinar we're going to be discussing upselling warranties and training for upselling warranties. I'd like to introduce you to my guests today. We have Chris from Quattro. Welcome.
Hello,
Chris.
thank you.
We have David from Romans of St Albans.
Hi everyone.
Welcome David.
Thank you.
And we have Tom from Newtown Motors. Welcome Tom.
Hi everyone.
I'd like to kick off and read a little bit of research that Warranty Solutions Group have been involved with over the last 12 months. So if I may, I'll just read some information to you chaps, and then maybe we'll walk on to a few questions and some observations that you might have. We had a recent study at WSG, and among more than 50 admin schemes that we administer on behalf of our dealers, we found that almost 22%, so almost a quarter of dealers had insufficient funds to pay for claims over a 12-month period based on their average claim rate and their average claim amounts. This means that within the next year, these dealers will need to top up their claims fund pot, in some cases by around £20,000, in order just to meet their obligations of paying the claims. So the problem is compounded, I guess, by the increase in warranty claims, mainly due to parts shortages, global parts shortages, and increased labour rates. This means that if you get, as a dealer, a stream of claims or one really big claim, it can have a really big negative impact on your cash flow. And certainly it reduces the chassis profit that you would hope to get on the vehicle that you sell. So historically, I think it's fair to say that there has been a stigma attached to the word warranty. And many people will say, oh, it's not worth the paper that it's written on, right? And we've all heard that. So I think bearing that in mind, what I'd like to do is just to hear your thoughts on dealer admin schemes, self-funded schemes, and why you think it's important to use a reputable warranty company. So we'll do a quick round the table, if I may. Any particular observations before I get into some specific questions, maybe?
Yeah, I mean, the risks for me are huge, especially with the kind of cars that we sell. Obviously, we sell Ferraris, Porsches, anything kind of high end. So when something goes wrong with our cars, it's not a couple £100, you know, it's thousands, so which could really have a dent in our profit margin and cash flow as well. So for us to have the financial backing from you is everything for us.
It's a peace of mind thing, right?
Absolutely, it's peace of mind for us and peace of mind for our customers.
I was going to say, because how many stories do you hear where a customer has said, oh, as far as I'm aware, the dealer has provided their own scheme to me and they're not paying. They're not paying on the claim. Why aren't they paying on the claim? That must have, particularly if you've got really expensive stock that you have.
Exactly. So, you know, if you did administer your own warranty, you might not have the money to pay for these claims. Yep. So, you know, luckily we have, but at the same time, it's very important to have the peace of mind from Warranty Group.
At the risk of repeating something that Davies already said, Chris, what do you think? And I touched on this in the introduction, if you like, is that what do you think are the main benefits of working with a reputable warranty company as opposed to running your own scheme?
I think when you look at the world we operate in, the used car world, it's very hard for a consumer to find someone they know and trust. And that trust element is really important. So when they're buying the buying process, they really want to find that dealer. And in order to have that trust, they need to have all the backing, and the backing comes from the warranty. So that conviction when you're saying to the customer, we do this prep, we do this, and what's really good is afterwards, you have this 6 months, 3 months, whatever period of a really good warranty. And when you have confidence and conviction with the company you use, the consumer feels that, and that confidence then comes. And that's really important. And just talking about the self-administration side of it, having a good warranty company you can know and trust and rely on means that, yeah, no cash flow problems, you've paid for the policy, and also you've removed the emotion. So there's no emotional attachment. The policy is the policy. Yeah. It's a really good cover. That's what's covered. And then you haven't got any, oh, should we, shouldn't we?
There's no ambiguity, is there?
Exactly. So I think it's absolutely so important.
See, is it fair to say that consumers aren't daft? So the consumer will do the research. I would do.
Yeah, absolutely.
If I was purchasing a car, I'd probably want to say, well, actually, does that come with a warranty? is that dealer providing a warranty, and who are they providing the warranty through?
Absolutely, and also the nationwide part of the warranty.
Yep.
Because a lot of them are, go back to dealer, which not everyone likes, especially as you're selling with the internet all over the country.
That's very important for us.
So to have that nationwide, and also to have a company where you can say to the customer, which we do, go and look at their website, go and look at their reviews.
Yep.
And that, then if they match your reviews, then again, you can explain that you chose this company because of their customer, focus and their centric part of it being customer base, which is what we are and what you are. So that's when it kind of goes in conjunction with each other.
Yeah, I mean, I'll just expand on that as well. I mean, we do a lot of long distance sales, Scotland, Ireland, France, wherever it is. But for them to have warranty, nationwide, they don't have to bring the car back to us anymore, which people were very reluctant to do. So the fact you can take it to any VAT registered garage is a massive boost for our sales as well.
You must give the customer peace of mind to know that they purchase a vehicle from your dealership, to know that the warranty provider is either multi-award winning, it's got a reputation that precedes it, so that's a good thing. And it almost gives them confidence to say, well, actually, if you're providing their warranty, you must be a reputable dealer, because again, there is a stigma to used car dealerships as well, isn't
Absolutely.
it?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, so it must be. And the other thing that we see is the importance of upselling. So this webinar is, as I said at the outset, about upselling as well, and how we train staff to upsell. So I'd like to include Tom at this point, Tom, and say, what strategies do you use to upsell the warranty?
Well, we like to ascertain from the customer exactly what their needs are, but there's always great benefits in selling the warranty, upselling them, because they never keep a car. Most people offer 3 or 6 months, and people keep cars for years. So obviously to have that coverage throughout the term, and just it's cash saving. It's a small investment.
Is that what you explain to the customer at the time? This is the reason why you should take maybe a longer warranty.
And obviously the policy books provided gives a detail of what's covered, and the warranty covers a lot of things. People say, like, is this covered? Is that covered? And it's all there in black and white. What isn't covered.
Transparency, right?
Yeah, it's very transparent. Yeah.
I think it's really important as well when you're saying to them, actually, you're buying it now, you get your 3 or 6 months, whichever is standard, but to be able to buy a 3-year policy with the same coverage, depending on age and mileage, pretty much the same cover from now, you're locked in, labour rates, parts increases, all those things that we all know go up.
Of course.
You've locked that in for 2 or 3 years on a very easy way of paying for it, and you haven't got any worries. There's none of that spike in your budgets. If suddenly a light comes on, you go, that's fine, I'm covered.
So it's almost inflation-proof in
Absolutely.
many respects, right?
And it's that, it can turn a bad situation into a very healthy one, because you're covered. It's a quick, easy way of claiming, so it means it's a very positive outcome to a potentially negative situation.
To your customer and yourself.
Yeah, absolutely.
Everyone's a winner.
And they're always grateful when they have a problem and they bought one, because they sit there going, this is why I bought this, so it's brilliant. And for next time, it's even better.
And if it's covered, they're not going to take it out on you when they come to sell or change their cars in the future.
Yeah, and it's a better prepared car when you come to take back in part exchange.
And there's multiple ways of purchasing as well, depending on, they can cash, there's interest free, or
absolutely,
which is provided. So that's really good as well.
So I'm just going to refer to another little bit of research, and I'll read this back to you. Is that part of the research we've done over the last 12 months suggests that dealers, through upselling, right, are increasing their profits by, and I alluded to this a little bit earlier in the intro, increasing their profits by up to 25%. So, based on what you've said, what do you think that warranty providers like WSG can do to help you and support your dealership to further upsell? What can we do to help you that maybe we either do at the moment, or we could do more of, or we don't do?
I think you provide a lot of point of sale material, whether it be leaflets, hangers, posters on the showroom walls to say, like, how much it would cost for repairs. So when they're buying the car, they're spending a lot of money, and they can see that if something in 12 months' time was to go wrong, the cost of it could be astronomical, but potentially buying the warranty could help with
So maybe if the dealers were to ask their warranty provider to tell a story, paint a picture of what the worst case scenario could be, and this is a really good reason why you should consider taking an extended warranty.
Yeah, and it's not scaremongering; it's factual, isn't it? It's important to go. These are claims that have been paid out, and you guys do a good post with it, like you said, a good picture, and they're genuine claims, they're genuine amounts of money, and again, you can have bespoke posters that are related to the products that you sell, so it's relevant to your customer.
Yes.
And again, it's like I said, not scary. It's just
it's
going
facts,
factually,
reality.
That's what can happen.
That's what it is.
And it's the visuals. It's all about visuals. Having it on the desk, having the posters, having the pull-ups,
website as well.
Yeah, and on the website.
It's just everywhere in the customer's face.
Yeah.
Something that I hear on a regular basis. So WSG have around 36 salespeople in the field, and they say, "Oh, the first line of sale is the salesperson within the dealership. What can we do to train them?" So maybe you do your own internal training, and this is a nice little segue, I hasten to add, into how we can work together to increase upsell through training. And they say maybe they should spend more time sitting with the individual salespeople within the dealership and training them on the product, and maybe helping them to upsell through some of the processes that we have in place. Do you think that would help in some way?
I believe so. I also think, getting dealerships together in best practices and see what, some people win certain ways and other people win other ways. But we found with us that we have conversations, and in the dealership it's like, how can we improve, and let's try this, if it doesn't work, it doesn't work, but then we move on and try something new. But that's just us. If we had a conversation with the three of us or 10 other people and see, like, what are you doing differently, how are you selling so well, and what's
sharing
the trick?
Best practice, right?
I think knowledge is the most important thing, though, because it gives confidence. And if customers can feel confident, feel that confidence from you, they then are confident buying the product.
100%.
If you're like, I'm not too sure, I think, I'm not sure, I think, then it's just, I find out. Well, actually, if they've got some really good training and they're really confident and they're enthusiastic and that comes across, that's half the job done, isn't it? So,
yeah, I mean, that's one of the key parts of training for me, 100%, is product knowledge, 100%. If you've got the right product and you know about it, it's easy to sell. So yeah. 100%.
What's interesting here is we've jumped ahead a little bit. So I'm going to refer to another little bit of research. It's a lovely little segue into training, if I may. And again, from Warranty Solutions Group, saying that based on the recent findings, again, same research over the last 12 months, shows that over 90% of dealers who implemented a structured training plan for their teams and staff have been able to grow their chassis profits by, as I said before, around 25%. Okay, so by implementing a structured training process, they've been able to increase their profits by 25%. They also have said that since the demise of GAP, or certainly GAP in its current form is giving them a lower return or a lower margin, they've seen paint protection as another way of increasing their income streams, and that's increased their profits by up to 40%. So, bearing in mind best practice training, I just got a few questions, if I may, and if I could start with you, Chris, is that we touched on this earlier, but what do you think are the key, if you could summarize, what are the key benefits of training staff?
I think a little bit of replication for me, but it is that knowledge, and it's that confidence, and just knowing that product really well, and having that real, when you're presenting it, that conviction in what you're doing, and then being able to go and having that passion to come across, and knowing that the brand you're working for. So for ourselves, Quattro Tech, we're passionate about our brand, and to have a brand like yourselves, which we're passionate about as well, those coupled together make it a really powerful offering to the customer. Okay. It's that rounded package.
Tom, you touched on this earlier. If I can just bring you in on this, you said that you've got some initiatives that you've put in place. Word of mouth is super powerful for you. So I'd like to ask, what have you done in recent times to improve either on the training or getting your salespeople to increase their upsell? So
what we did, we quite often have a sit down and a chat, and just, I think for me the most important thing is to get a buy-in from your staff.
Yeah.
You know, they understand and get the benefit of the product. You know, so obviously there's sales incentives of they get paid commission for selling, but also they also now see the benefit of the company. You know, for us having our own workshop, the revenue stream that the warranty can provide potentially later down the line, rather than
the bigger picture now.
Yeah, and if it benefits the company, it benefits everyone.
What would you say was the most successful initiative that you put in place then? Would you say that it's making them aware of the wider parameters of what the warranty can do for you as a business and why you would want to upsell, and therefore encouraging, maybe, I'm leading the witness a little bit here, Tom, so maybe encouraging the consumer to come back into your workshops? What's the one initiative you think, do you know what, that really works well for me?
Yeah, so we tied the warranty upsell in with some other offers we brought in, so they sort of work hand in hand. So our we offer free MOTs for all our customers who buy.
Okay.
So obviously they come back in. We just keep seeing the same people. That we're established business. We've been here almost 60 years. So they come back in, and the warranty we provide is really good. And they're always happy with the service that we provide, and it just helps, next time they'll buy and maybe extend it for longer and just keep it going.
Tom, David, I picked up on a point you made earlier, and it was around what can warranty companies do to help you upsell. So I'll link that into what can warranty companies do to help you train your staff to upsell. Now, I touched on that a little bit earlier because I said a lot of the sales team will come back to me and they will say, we've got to do this in a different way. We think we can help train the dealer staff. What do you think we could do to help train warranty generally?
I think in general, you've got your bases covered. I mean, Phil comes in maybe once a month. We have reviews, and he comes in, kind of checks our hit rate, to see, where we could maybe improve, or give us encouragement. Have you tried saying this? You should really use this diagram. So yeah, I think the training and just communication is key for me. So yeah.
I think it's that consistency of that touch point with the warranty. Our old provider didn't give us any of that. So now we have that regular chat, regular meet, and it's just that kind of every month we go through it. And just touching on what you were saying earlier about incentives and things, one thing we talk about a lot is actually the warranty profit we make on upsell. It's the same as us, it's the same profitability as selling 3 or 4 extra cars a month without doing anything.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we're making this money without having to buy any any cars to make the money, because we're just doing a better job on each car. So if you can get that mindset, then they're thinking, okay, we're making more money with doing the same job by just verbalizing some different things, really visually showing some diagrams.
Yeah.
And that's a really good way of them going, okay, I'm doing less or doing less earning more. It's that, and also the benefits of future. And they don't want the call from the customer saying, I've got a problem, because they can go, you had a warranty, perfect. This is covered. And it's just a much nicer conversation, and they thank you for it.
That's a fantastic. Can I just take this opportunity, gentlemen, to thank you for your time. Thank you for giving me the time.
Thank you.
Big thank you to Chris, big thank you to David, big thank you to Tom, and thanks to everybody for listening.